Hey guys, it's Nova, and welcome back to The Monster in Me. In the last two episodes, I basically made the decision to make Anna as upset as possible, and then see how she reacts when I get a particular ending. As you might have noticed by now, there seems to be, so far, only 3 different endings that you can get, and then there's the variations of those endings. I've seen that there's a mother and son ending route, there's a Simon and Eloise route, which we just did the last 2 episodes, and then there's the Bill endings. So, I'm trying to figure out what I should do now to get some different endings. I feel like I've kind of did all that I could, but obviously that's not true, because we don't even have, this will basically be the halfway mark for this series. I'm wondering, before I was as negative as possible with these characters, I'm wondering what happens if I'm as positive as I can be with certain characters. So, yeah, you know what? I might try that. So let's see. I know it's not going to be possible to make both characters as happy as possible because a lot of decisions pit one person against the other. So I think, because I was kind of... maybe I should try to be as nice to Anna as possible. I know I seem like I'm catering to Anna a lot lately, and I'm kind of ignoring Jacob. To be honest, I'm not a fan of Jacob. I get why some would probably be more sympathetic to him because he's more reasonable, whereas Anna's a little bit too emotional. She wears her emotions on her sleeve, which in a lot of cases with our endings has gotten us into more trouble. But, I don't know. There's just something off. Frankly, both of these characters have some major flaws, which if I was in this scenario in real life, I would not be happy to be saddled with either one of them. Anna, because again, she wears her emotions so readily that it could be easy to manipulate her or upset her, and that would just get us killed. Not to mention that the stuff that Jacob's mentioned about her past, he mentioned there was a supply run that she kind of messed up, and then there was an incident at a lake that she messed up. The game never goes into those matters. It's almost treated like a noodle event type thing, trope. But it does kind of make you wonder about her. And then Jacob too, he is pretty rational for the most part, but then sometimes he's a little bit too ruthless. And I know, again, this is supposed to be an apocalyptic setting. How can one be, too ruthless? It's survival of the fittest type mentality. But at the same time, I don't always agree with his choices. Sometimes I feel like he goes a little bit too extreme. He's a little bit too severe. Yeah. And I just realized I just went off on a tangent. I'm sorry, guys. But you know what? I think... I don't know how I'm supposed to get these other endings. Alright, well, you know what? Let me just hurry up and get to the first decision, and then I guess I'll figure out what I'm going to do. Alright, so, been asked about the warehouse. I'm going to actually be positive this time. And I'll see when we get to the next decision, which isn't too far off, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so now I have to choose whether or not I think Anna should rest up for the night. Again, I'm not sure. I feel like a lot of my earlier endings, I was more sympathetic, I think, to an extent with Jacob. A lot of decisions I made boosted his morale. Then again, I don't know. I think early on, I was still trying to figure out the mechanics of this game, so their morales might have been sort of in the middle. Actually, you know what? Now that I say that, that's not true. Like, I don't know if making him super upset, like with the Carol and Adam ending. Like, I know there was one ending in which we let them stay at the warehouse, and then we all basically got killed. I'm wondering what would happen if I made Jacob's morale as low as possible, and then that scenario still came up. Like, do I still get the same ending, or do I get a variant of that? Not to mention, too, wow, I just realized, if I do the same thing, like get the Carol and Adam ending, and then get Anna, and then choose to let them stay. Holy crap, that might actually be two endings that okay, you know what, that's the route we're gonna go. So, you know what, I just realized I probably should have, you know what, let's just wing it. I'm going to agree with Anna. So I guess that one decision, maybe two, I don't know yet. I know this beginning of the episode sounds so choppy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like literally trying to figure out how to get these different endings, because I mean, that's the fun of this game. I'll give it that. Like, it makes you kind of second guess like what you're trying to do in order to unlock these other endings. Like, again, I've always said before that I'm not really that big of a completionist when it comes to certain games, but this one's a little bit different in that the outcomes can be so drastically different. So I am curious to see basically how much darker or how much lighthearted the game could get in certain areas. So yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna choose to help her this time. I think I'm going to basically choose all the decisions that are going to make Anna happy, and then when we get this final decision with the son and the mother, see how Jacob reacts. Then again, maybe I did that already. Oh man, what if this is a repeat? Alright, so interestingly, Right, you know what? I am going to be honest, only because I want to tank Jacob's morale as much as possible. I think most of the other decisions I'll basically allow Anna to be happy about, if that makes sense, or, you know, raise her morale as much as possible. But in this case, I think I should be honest, because again, I haven't noticed where lying has actually changed the morale for the better or for the worse. Like, I never noticed a negative, a negative outcome when I click on lie, or positive for that matter. So let me just be honest, and I will let you guys, I will skip ahead when I get to the next decision. Okay, so this is the thing now. I'm pretty sure this is the crossroads, if I recall right. If I side with Anna, we're not going to even get the whole supermarket exchange, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, if we choose not to go to the supermarket, that'll pretty much guarantee that we're going to get the, what do you call it? The mother and son ending. Whereas if we side with Jacob, that basically allows us to get either the Bill or the Simon and Eloise ending. So I'm going to side with Anna, because again, I'm trying to beef up my relationship with her while taking Jacob's. And I will see you when we get to the next decision. Alright, so I was right in that choosing to side with Anna when it came to the supermarket scenario instantly launched us onto the path to get the Carol and Adam, or the mother and son story route. So I'm going to choose to let them in because, again, I'm trying to beef up my relationship with Anna while tanking Jacob's. And, I think there's only one final decision after this, so let's go ahead and get to that. Alright, final decision time. To kick them out or let them stay. So, I've seen what happens if I let them stay. I think I've only actually chose that option one time, and that was like in the very beginning of the series, like the third ending. Every other time I've either chose to not either let them into the warehouse, or I basically chose to throw them out. Actually, this might be the least visited storyline now that I think about it, because I think I've actually seen more endings with Bill and Eloise than I have with these guys. But again, because I've been kinda making Jacob more upset than Anna, I am curious to see if we're gonna get a different ending this time when we get attacked, or if it's gonna basically be a carbon copy of episode 3. I hope not, otherwise I just basically sat here and recorded for 15 minutes for no reason. But we'll see. Let them stay. And let's just hurry up and skip ahead. And let's see what ending we got. If anything different, I'm hoping. Okay. You left Carol and Adam stay, but Jacob soon left afterwards. He said that you were just going to get him killed, so he'd take his chances on his own. You all continued to live in the warehouse for another week until one night the child screamed so loudly someone heard him. Oh dear. Some strangers came in and took the warehouse. You tried to stop them, but there were too many. Oh god. Alright, so interesting. So this was very similar to the ending we got with the third episode. The only difference is that Jacob got the hell out of Dodge, and he might be alive somewhere else. He might be dead somewhere else. So let's see what this one was. Or maybe it's the same thing. Hold on. Okay, I see what looks like a new one. A Shot in the Dark. Okay. So that's good to know that, okay. So now I'm wondering how different that would have played out if, I made Anna super upset and then chose to stay. Chose to have Carol and Adam stay. Because in both this ending and in episode 3's ending, it said that I tried to intervene, but there were too many and then they, like, attacked us. So I'm wondering, because, like, in the Caught in the Crossfire ending, Anna basically jumped in between Simon and what's his face, Jacob, and then ended up getting shot. I'm wondering if something similar will happen if I try to get the same ending. I don't know. I guess we will find out in the next episode then, guys. I will try to see what happens if I tank Anna's morale as low as possible, but then go on to the Adam and Carol storyline and see how differently that plays out. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I know in the beginning I was kind of rambly, but I was still trying to get my thoughts on how I was going to approach this episode, because again, the closer we get, the more this gets filled up, like, I start running out of ideas, like, on how to get different endings. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to revisit certain storylines that I have already and try to do things a little bit differently here or there and see how much it changes the story. So again, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you again next time. Take care.